Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, Super Bowl preview. We're doing the 49ers O, Kansas City Chiefs D, and what we're really going to do is do what a quarterback would do. We're going to go back in time. We're going to watch film from 2018. The Niners played the Chiefs. Yes, personnel has changed. Yes, coordinators have changed, but a lot of scheme and personnel carries over. So we're going to do exactly what we would do if we were playing the game. We're going to go back, watch bits and pieces from that film, pull out the highlights, pull out some things I think we can look forward to seeing during the Super Bowl, some things that have gotten better, that will continue to get better from the 49ers O. I'm really excited. Hope you all are going to enjoy this one. Let's dive into it. Welcome to the QB School. All right, if you dig this kind of content and you haven't already, please think about subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get the notifications when we go live, going live this week, when we put out new content, just about every day, Monday through Friday. I really appreciate it. Support the channel. Please subscribe, hit the bell. Then if you want to get nuts, join too, get the memberships, the badges. Saw some different colors creeping into the chat, the comments. Really excited about that. The emojis, be able to stand out in the live chat. I'm really excited. Thanks again for the support. Let's dive into the film. All right, so to get started here, we start off with what they start off with the game with, just being the 49ers. They're going to run outside zone, get on the tracks from the offensive lineman, going to have a great cutback, huge block from Joe Staley here. But this is this is what they are. This is no secret. We're going to shift the tight end. We're going to motion the fullback. We're going to run outside zone. Chiefs do a good job cutting it off, but they don't get the cutback. And all of a sudden, you got a guy who's got track speed on the perimeter, getting down the field, just a great start to the game. And we'll see it from a bunch of different angles here. But this is the 49ers, that their core. Now, they've got a huge catalog of runs, an all-purpose menu kind of run thing. But when they're able to move Juszczyk here, run right at it, fullback on that Sam backer, blunt him in the hole. It's not there. Joe Staley comes in there and cleans it out. And then we got our track guy out on the perimeter, punt return left. So again, what we're doing is we're shifting. They do this all the time. Shift, motion. We're going to run outside zone to the boundary. Coming down here, not really to the boundary, they're in the middle of the field. To the right. Fullback on the Sam. Great job by the back, getting to the cutback. But this play is just zone blocking at its absolute core. And the offensive line, what they believe in, Shanahan tree. And what we're going to see here is Juszczyk going in motion. Now, it's important. Everybody knows you watch the 49er film long enough, they're going to shift and shift and shift and motion. So we're shift. There's Kittle, moves across. Then we're going to motion the fullback. Fullback's coming up. He's going to block Sam right here. Ends up being the Sam right here in the hole. But the key block here, all these zone steps, we're all zone stepping here from the offensive line going to our right. But eventually, we're going to lose this leverage just a little bit from Joe. He's going to come in here and just clean house and wreck shop and wash it down. And 55 over pursues. Doesn't take away the cutback. And here it comes. Big Joe, left tackle Joe Staley comes in and just says 97, get out of the club. And there it is. Massive hole. That's how you feel like, wow, that field is huge. How'd they get so open? That's what a left tackle does, coming through and just washing it down. Then the very next play, put this on there, not because it's a huge play, but I love Garoppolo's feet. I'm going to rewind it here just to watch the drop here. His base, all his cleats in the ground, perfectly balanced strike. Really simple read. We'll see it from a bunch of different angles from the All-22. We'll see how he manipulates the mic, is able to wrap this right around the will. But the 49ers do this all the time. They put Juszczyk out as a wide receiver, and if you're going to cover him with a corner, there he is. If you're going to cover him with a corner, that means they've got their wide receivers on safety linebackers. We see the middle linebacker, 59 right here, open to Kittle, and we wrap right around him. Boop, thank you. Now, it's a bang-bang play, but it's the NFL. So again, this is just a middle field open, middle field close read. Open, we're going up top. Concept-wise, we're just going to see how they adjust putting the fullback out here. They leave a corner out here, which they do. You leave a corner out here versus a fullback. Everybody in the stadium knows it's zone coverage. Middle field open or middle field closed. They're going to stay right here, middle field open. I can't tell you if it's quarters or halves or whatever it is by how it plays out. But the essence of this play is he's going to run right through here. We're going to get short little indies down here. Great middle field closed concept. And then versus middle field open, we want to work this little wrap in. Pretty sure he's going to come in just like this. And this guy can't be right versus middle field open. especially when the Mike linebacker turns and works to the field, which he almost always is going to in a 3x2. So there it is. He turns and opens. We're going to wrap right around him just like that. Now, quarterback-wise, quarterback school-wise, love Garoppolo's mechanics, his base right there. Look at that. No heel click. Just absolutely perfect. Strike. Balanced, locked up. So good. But it's all off that middle linebacker. Can't be right. He turns that way. We got him. High-low the will. Perfect. Beautiful. Really excellent mechanics from the quarterback position. We'll see the Mike. 59 turns to the field. Got him to the left. Whoop. Quick release right up on his face. Beautiful accuracy, timing. So many good things going on right there. And then this is just Kyle Shanahan, besides looking like me or everybody thinking he looks like me in the comments. This is him scheming him up. And this is what he's done and what he's made a name for himself here in the last few years as a play caller. Anytime I think you scheme someone up means that you're scoring touchdowns when no one's touching you. Walk-ins. And so right here, they get use check on this little under-up thing that's become so popular. Again, pay attention to their scheme. They're shifting. They shift the fullback. It's not just to shift randomly. They shift him down here, create a 2x2. He's going to go under at the line of scrimmage the whole way, flip around. Then, again, mechanics-wise for the quarterback, pay attention to Garoppolo's base. All his cleats in the ground. Lined up right where he's throwing. Wide open. Turn around, walk in. That's a scheme. Thank you very much. That is an absolute scheme touchdown. Now, I know, different coordinator now for the Chiefs, but again, this is an example of why he's known as this type of great play caller. When you're scheming up fullbacks for touchdowns down the field, walk-ins, you know you're doing things right. Again, pay attention. Here he comes all the way across. Just going to hide across right there and then turn up. And this is really going to be all off the safety, 38 down here at the bottom on the left hash. He's got to have a little bit wider vision. You see his helmet turn to the right. Got no chance, doesn't see him. Sneaks out, backpedal, walk in. Excellent, beautiful. So again, we're shifting out. We shift him down. Really, I mean, it seems simple when you watch it like this, but we're going to shift down, and that's going to really distort what's going on here on the back end. They're going to come down here, and then the scheme here is just basically a little corner or angle, back corner, and then we're going to run this over. And this over is really the key, how they decide to cover this over on the backside. If the corner carries him, which he does right here, this safety has to widen his vision. He can't get turned and just follow this over and not pay attention to anybody sneaking out, especially in the league recently, the last few years. This has become a really popular play in the high red zone just because of this. People lose it. All of his eyes right here off this. He gets tight in here, and it's just a beautiful job. Now, actually, how they block this, I don't think it works out perfectly. We'll talk about from the back end. It works out perfectly because they score a touchdown. But I don't think they're supposed to turn like that. The tight end probably overruns it a little bit. But again, Garoppolo is able to get it out, not even touched, wide open. So good. Love the scheme, love the execution, love the play calling, love the aggressiveness. Again, shift, split flow action, 88, the tight end coming across. He's probably going to overset. Right there, you probably either want Garoppolo to come further outside. What I mean by that is when this tight end comes across, 88 comes across, you either want to kick him out or you want your quarterback lining up further outside. You definitely don't want him blocking this way and the quarterback inside with the defender in between y'all. So not perfect by any means, but the outcome is perfect. Beautiful. Again, just watching that safety at the top of the screen, right on the hash. Watch his eyes. Comes across, he follows the over, turns his shoulder, doesn't see the fullback leak out. Juszczyk walks in. Shanahan. His reputation, scheming people open, big plays down the field. Really nice. Then I threw this one in there just because it surprised me watching the film. You don't see a whole lot of misses like this from Jimmy Garoppolo for a handful of reasons. And I think the film will give us some key indicators as far as why he misses this over. But to me, he's just a little toesy at the back end of this play action. So they're going to run the same thing. This is just old school NCAA, Yankee, whatever you want to call it. But this little top of the drop right here, to me, he's toesy. He's never toesy at the top of his drop. He's up on his toes. You see that space on his right heel. Tough to see depending on what device you're watching on, but that's a bad miss. He's wide open, wide ass open. And I know personnel is not all the same on both sides of the ball, but that's a bad miss for a guy who's, in my opinion, one of the better quarterbacks in the league as far as technique, fundamentals, consistency, and he's wide open. And that's an easy throw. This is an easy throw for any pro quarterback. Again, just a tough miss. We'll see it from the All-22, maybe a little bit more about why he's doing it, but the play action and getting lined up to throw to the left, it's not easy by any means, but it's an easy, wide open throw. Again, pay attention to just the scheme, the little details. So this is what I'm talking about. Most times when you would shift a wide receiver over like this or motion him, you'd line him up outside. What I mean by that is outside the tight end. So he would come and line up out here. But instead, he shifts across and lines up inside the tight end. So now he's going to release up and in and just get lost for a second. Just get lost for a second. Just that little subtlety is what makes Shanahan one of the better play callers. Now, you got to have a tight end who can line up out there and block. Big boy like that sure makes it easy. But that spin around, the play action, faking this ISO to the left, spinning around and throwing to your left, not easy, but that's wide open, yo. That's straight up wide open, punt return left, make a guy miss and score. Just going to be a massive play. All sorts of bad right there. Again, footwork wise, besides paying attention, look at the tight end split too. Intentionally wide, be able to sneak in there. That looks like run. Everything looks like run. You're going to go dig out the backside force. Then Jimmy Garoppolo's feet. Just this turn all the way around, just a little toesy, right? Like the back end doesn't look as consistent as he normally looks. Up on his toes the entire way, you know. That to me is a toesy throw to a guy who never makes toesy throws. He sky mails it and misses a wide open wide receiver for a huge gain. So I can't imagine we're going to see that in the Super Bowl, but we can see it's not, you know, this is pre-injury, obviously the injury game, but just something to pay attention to. And then scheme-wise, I put this in there for a handful of reasons. One, you know, the Aaron Rodgers fumbled snap in the NFC Championship game. I think people, you know, for whatever reason, either don't think Aaron was at fault or not going after the ball. But this goes back to my rule for quarterback sneaks, is if the quarterback gets it, it's usually on the center, meaning he's not falling out, he's not falling away, he can fall right on it. It doesn't hit the quarterback's hands. You know, that's a tough block for that center trying to reach that shade. Puts it on the ground. Quarterback gets it. In Aaron's case, the quarterback didn't get it. He didn't even try to get it. Scheme-wise here, I also put this on here just because I like this play. Oftentimes, I've talked about this play a handful of times. Back in the day, they used to run this out of I formation. You would run this in short yardage. You'd run it. You'd put your fullback right here. You would fake the dive this way, reverse pivot, and pitch out to the back coming this way. And you wouldn't block this last defender, and he would just beat him to the corner. It was a great short yardage play. Now teams are running it off the jet sweep. You take the fullback out of it, you fake the jet sweep, you get more movement from the defenders on the second level, and you're able to get the edge going the other way with the little flip. Nice job by Garoppolo, just kind of improvising here on a bum snap. Still able to get out there. Big Joe Staley on the perimeter, blocking the guy into the sideline. Just a really nice job all the way around. Love it. Again, showing off Shanahan's kind of full repertoire of what he's got as far as runs in the package, different ways to do it. Nice block by the wide receiver too, not cracking somebody in the back, just getting enough. And look at that, poor DB wants nothing to do with the left tackle coming at you. Again, I love the 49ers on their tracks, getting downfield. Just really nice job on many levels. They have a great understanding of who they're blocking, the timing, everything of it. Again, this is less about scheme and more about just terrible defense, why probably some coaches aren't in Kansas City anymore. This is a walk-in by guys who are getting dropped. They can getting confused about man, zone. Looks like they're playing man up top, zone down here at the bottom. Anytime you do that, you have crossers going the other way, you're going to have issues, and this is a walk-in, punt return right. This is less scheme and more just terrible defense. And so I'd put it in there just as more of an understanding of this is what they were, not what they are anymore. Again, fundamentals-wise, technique from the quarterback. Look at all his cleats in the ground, no heel click, balanced, going through his reads, trying to get that deep corner, not there. Underneath comes right into your eyes. 1 to 2, walk in. Great job getting through your reads. Really nice job. Then I put this one in here to finish us off. Garoppolo gets hurt. Beathard comes in. First throw, fourth down and goal. Got to have it. They're going to throw a corner to Kittle here at the number 3. And watching this game or rewatching this game, I forgot how many times there were penalties. You know, the 49ers were really penalized, almost 150 yards in penalties. Right here, we're going to get a red zone, basically corner route, little 7 route, and they're going to call a penalty on use check down here for pass interference. It's a terrible call. It had nothing to do with the play, just terrible call. Defensively here, they're playing basically like double the stars. What I mean by that is we're going to get 2 guys right here, 2 guys right here, and they're just double teaming the number 2 and the number 3 down here. Now, this is absolutely horrific defense. I think it ends up being this guy coming right here, getting beat with that outside leverage to the corner like that. But again, just the idea that these schemes kind of repeat themselves. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. They're going to try to get the ball to Kittle in the red zone. Little corner, nice throw. But again, I forgot that penalties played such a huge factor in this game. Not that they would have come back and won it, but just the fact that there were so many penalties. Yellow, you're looking for a lot cleaner game in the Super Bowl. I think historically the Super Bowl is a little bit cleaner, less penalties called. But really nice job. Can't believe coming in off the bench, throwing a touchdown the first play. Really nice. So I'm really excited. I know there's a lot of change as far as what the Chiefs were kind of coaching staff wise last year on defense, but the personnel and the scheme for the 49ers, at least the interior core guys, are a lot alike. You know what they're going to do with Kittle, Juszczyk, Garoppolo, kind of his technique, fundamentals, and base from the quarterback position. Very rarely do you see him get toesy and miss a wide open throw. So it was just interesting that it came up in this game. So looking for more ways for Shanahan to show off what a play caller is, how he schemes people open, all sorts of things that have made the 49ers get to this point. Also the running game, the offensive line, Joe Staley just wrecking shop on the left side, doing all sorts of fun stuff. So really excited. We'll see how it plays out. I'm excited to see what Shanahan's got dialed up. Should be a good one. Thanks for watching.